State Minister for the National Reconciliation Affairs Dr. Ali Haidar survives an assassination attempt. Syrian Arab Army units continue operations across Syria. Iranian Foreign Minister affirms that 90% of the pending issues regarding Iranian nuclear file are resolved. Good afternoon, this is news in English from the Syrian Arab Television in Damascus. The press office at the cabinet announced that State Minister for National Reconciliation Affairs survived an assassination attempt on Musyaf al-Qadmus road. The Syrian Arab Army units repelled terrorist attempts to attack Al-Kindi hospital and killed scores of terrorists in several areas in Aleppo. A military source said that military units carried out a series of special operations against terrorists' gatherings and destroyed a number of cars loaded with weapons and ammunition in the industrial city in Sheikh Najjar and on Aleppo al-Raqqa road, killing all terrorists inside them. The source added that other units killed all members of an armed terrorist group while they were attempting to sneak into Al-Kindi hospital and destroy their weapons and ammunition. The source pointed out that the army units stormed terrorist dens in the area surrounding the central prison in Aleppo, Khan al-Asal, Al-Anadan, Hritan, Al-Ais and Al-Naqarin. Also in Homs, a military source said that the army completely eliminated members of an armed terrorist group in Azara al-Hula area, foiling an attempt of terrorists to infiltrate into Al-Ghasibiyah village. The source added that an army unit killed a number of terrorists while trying to attack a military checkpoint in Al-Asman town in Al-Muharram. Meanwhile, another army unit clashed with terrorists who were traveling by boats in a Rastan lake while trying to reach Al-Hula area, killing the terrorists on board and confiscating their weapons. In Damascus countryside, a unit of the armed forces targeted a terrorist den in Al-Halala area near Qatana and seized huge amounts of explosive devices. A military source said that an army unit eliminated terrorist Ala Masoud, the leader of the so-called Saifullah al-Maslul brigade, and 7 members of his terrorist group in Manshiyat Khan al-Shih in Damascus countryside. Moving to Damascus countryside, where a military source said a Syrian Arab Army unit in cooperation with locals seized a den used by an armed terrorist group in Al-Kiswa area in Damascus countryside, confiscate machine guns, sniping rifles, wireless communication devices, and a big quantity of various ammunitions. Moving to Idlib, where units of the armed forces targeted gatherings of terrorists in Al-Janudiyya and Al-Zarzur in Jisr al-Shughur area, killing 10 terrorists in Nahalia in Idlib countryside and destroying their weapons. Patriarch Gregorius III Laham, Patriarch of Antioch and all East, were Roman Catholics, and said that what is going on in Syria is a war waged against it by foreign sides. Patriarch Laham stressed in an interview published by the Czech literary magazine that the main problem in Syria now has to do with the presence of more than 2,000 armed groups whose identities are unknown, adding that these groups spread chaos and constitute a source of extremism that Syria is facing. Laham pointed out that the attack launched by the terrorist groups on Malula town constituted a defeat for the world conscience. In international news, talks on Iran's nuclear file were resumed today between Iran and the 5+1 group during a meeting held on the level of assistant foreign ministers. Members of the Iranian delegation, Abbas Araghchi, said in a statement prior to the meeting that there were still 2 or 3 points of differences, but the two sides were coming closer to reach an agreement. Earlier, Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif announced that more than 90% of the issues have been resolved, asserting that the right of uranium enrichment is an unalienable right and that it would be stressed on in any solution to be reached in the talks. Egyptian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Badr Abdelati said that Egypt withdrew its ambassador from Ankara and considered Turkish ambassador as a persona non grata. Egyptian Foreign Ministry held current Turkish government responsible for the deterioration of the relations between Egypt and Turkey, which prompted Egypt to adopt this step. Abdelati said that the decision came following the recent statements of Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his demand for releasing the ousted President Mohamed Morsi and Turkey's hosting of international conferences of the Muslim Brotherhood. Masar project of the Syrian Trust for Development started to complete a number of interactive exhibitions from the Center of Exploring the Child. The activities included a variety of new experiments to develop the children's talents and explore their physical and mental abilities. The children show good interaction with all the activities that show their preferences and hobbies. Manager of the activity, Dani Ashi, stressed that Masar project importance comes from the necessity of the children learning and providing a supportive environment in the current situation.
We are here in the Discovery Adventure, which is one of Masar project. The Discovery Adventure consists of 20 exhibitions of Masar rules. It allows children to live in a journey. In each exhibition, the children can live a different adventure. In the first cluster, introduced him to himself, to his family, to his community, and to his country. Here he can live the real Syria, or it introduced him to real Syria.
Well, the Discovery Adventure is focusing on developing the children's values, skills, and information. So at the end of their journey, during the Discovery Adventure, they will believe that they can do something to their community. And during interacting with these exhibits, they will build capacity and will develop skills in order to create initiatives and try to develop something in their communities.
That was it. More details on our website www.syriaonline.sy. Stay with us with the latest in economy after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The Ministry of Agriculture set the specifications of 186 agricultural products according to the Syrian standards and the Meteorology Organization. The Ministry also underlined the importance of managing the agricultural products and the required paperwork for the farmers, stressing the need to continue applying the sustainable farming and focusing on the national program of quality for each kind. The General Company of Cement in Hama has completed the maintenance work of its factory with a total cost that exceeded 120 million Syrian pounds. On the other hand, the production capacity of the company's factories was estimated at 3,900 tons a day, as the company expects to produce about 1,300,000 tons of cement by the end of this year, on speculations that the total profit will reach about 1,500 million Syrian pounds. The Director General of the cotton establishment asserted that the delivered quantities of cotton to the scotching centres since the beginning of the season until now reach about 22,600 tons. The director also indicated that the ginned cotton was delivered to the spinning companies of the general establishment for textile industries, while the seeds were delivered to the oil company in Hama and sugar company in Homs, according to the recommendation of the Economic Commission in limiting the selling processes to the public oil companies. Ladies and gentlemen, this was our economic news for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.